focus on one thing. The biggest earners in our business only do one thing. Look, the biggest earners I know as well, they'll sit down, they'll get into a company, and they will put on the gas for 17 to 24 months before they even take a breath. I'm telling you right now that this is the foundation of all of your success in network marketing, that you must get a grip on this right now, otherwise you're toast.
You will get whatever you focus on. Does that make sense?
So the number one thing that you want to consider as you're going through this journey, you're building your network marketing business, is why are you in the business? Maybe a better way to put that is what's most important to you in your life right now.
I had a powerful feeling that this was not about me.
The motivation doesn't come from the cars and the money, but the motivation comes for making a contribution in other people's lives. When you know that this is possible for everybody that has a dream, everybody that wants to have a better life, that anybody that wants to make something of themselves. So those people that make the decision to impact lives and say, I live for the stories. I'm not just going to impact my team. I want to impact the whole world. The history is filled with people that changed the world and changed the next generation. If they could do it, why not you?
How many of us have ever heard of Thomas Edison? He failed 10,000 times before he figured out how to create the light bulb. What if we quit after the first few times he failed? He didn't, and because he didn't, now we will remember him for as long as we're around. You will fail your way to the top of this company.
I never in my wildest dreams could have imagined that I would be $1 million earner at the top of a network marketing company. I make more money than I ever thought was possible.
Now when it comes to inviting people, it's all about enthusiasm. You gotta be jacked up, fired up, out of control. You gotta imagine like you just drank like 10 Red Bulls, 20 shots of espresso, like you just lit your hair on fire and you're running around like crazy. Because here's what I will tell you, when you were fired up, everyone else will want to come see what's going on in your life. It's my little sister, who's currently like the top 2 regional director in the entire world at age 23. It took her 3 years to come to a presentation. You're my sister. The biggest day of my life is this day. I'm getting promoted. This is what I've been working my entire life for. Can you please just show up? She showed up and she sat outside the entire session. And when my promotion happened, she actually went inside the room. And it's so crazy because after that promotion, she was a little bit open-minded. So it took me 3 years just to get her to a room, and another few days to finally get her to a presentation. She finally enrolled. 23 years of age, young professional female, blowing this business up.
So the first 2 years were a struggle, which I realized that I knew it was going to be a struggle. And but I made a commitment that I will be in until I learn what I need to learn to win. And I figured there's got to be a set of principles that bring success. And if I learn them, and if I follow them, maybe I'll get where those guys are.
If there's anything you're going to invest in, instead of a latte, invest in your personal education, your personal growth, your personal development.
See, I truly believe it takes a good 2 to 3 years to master the game. It's about how quick you master the business. Initially, I wasn't sure if it would be something that would even work for me. I came to the meeting initially negative, but I did have a negative bank account, which is why I did kind of keep an open mind somewhat. And then all of a sudden, the light bulb went off. I made a choice that I was going to change my life forever. And here's what ended up happening. I went to work with the business, not having any experience whatsoever in network marketing or business ownership or sales, never even had a job before. And the rest is history. The question is, do you believe in you? If I can do it, you can do it. No questions asked. But you gotta be convicted. You gotta believe.
But when you're coming from a position of belief, you cannot be touched. Nobody can touch you. And you must build your business on a foundation of belief. So when somebody says to you, is this network marketing? Your answer is, heck yeah, it is. If it wasn't, I wouldn't touch it.
Hey, I'm gonna blow this up with or without you. I'm gonna get rich with or without you. See, your vision has to be huge. And your vision has to be so big, so attractive, that not only are you gonna be chasing it, but the people that follow you will buy into your vision and chase it as well. Does that make sense? Because that's how you're gonna create a momentum like second to none. You experience unprecedented success for you and your family. Are you okay with that? Yes or yes? If you're not fired up, you need to fire yourself. Too many of us are too casual with this business, but here's what I know. Excitement will attract people.
By the way, it's going to take you sacrificing. Something is going to have to give in order for you to get.
What we do in network marketing, it's very simple. However, that can also be the downside, because how do we get in network marketing? You go, I'm in, and you pay a small fee. How do you get out of network marketing? You go, I'm out. What's easy to do is easy not to do. And we also lead a voluntary army. What does that mean? It means that most people will not do it, and that's just the way it works. What if I paid you $100,000 a year? I want you to go put 10 pennies in one pocket, and you need to leave in the morning, let's say by 9 a.m., and I want you to go out and I want you to talk to 10 people. And every time you talk to someone and go, look, what's the best number to reach you, and you get their contact information, and you've shared information on my business with that person, you can move the penny from one pocket to the next pocket. And by the time you have 10 pennies moved over to the other pocket, you can take off for the rest of the day. And if you finish by noon, you're done by noon. You can go have the rest of the day off. And you did that 5 days a week. Would you do that if I paid you $100,000 a year? And people go, yes, I would do that. Sign me up now. And I'm going, if you will do that for me, why wouldn't you do that for you? Because if you did that for me, I would turn that business into a massive business just from the prospects that you got me. So what if you treat this like you have a job?
Treat this like a job for a while. Treat this like you're employed for a while. Then you can treat it like a business where you have all this freedom. But treat this like a job, like you'll get fired if you don't put in your 8 hours today, or your 2 hours, or 3 hours, or whatever your hours are. Most people I talk to don't even have set hours. They just do this in the cracks of their life. And they're wondering why they're getting scraps on their commission check. Decide not to be that lazy, entitled, where's my check person. Go do the work, and then you'll have the benefit.
You get to blame you for either your success or your failure.
And so what I love about this business, it's truly a test. Everything you go through is a test. When people sign up and quit, that is a test. And so I will tell you, your greatest test will become your greatest testimony. And so here's what you have to accept right now, today. The pain that's going to be involved with this business. You're going to struggle. You're going to get beat up. You're going to get knocked down. Because if you're experiencing some type of pain, that means you're growing and you're getting better. It's all about getting better. How long have you been in that situation? And number two, what do you want to do to change your situation? And so here's the reality in this business. You got to work hard. You got to make a decision today that we're going to blow this thing up. Are you in it to win it? Because if you don't, somebody else will. Make your mind up today.
Wherever you start, simply decide to start. Commit to the journey. Commit to the ups and downs, the highs and lows. I decided to step into that and really step up my game. I started working my business like it was a business. We live a debt-free lifestyle. We're investing for the future. We're involved in charity work that we absolutely love. I believe that when you make more, you can give more.
Today, you can choose to change your family tree, your future generations forever. Take a stand for what you believe in and take a stand for what you feel you're worth for you and your family, because if it's not now, then when? If it's not you, then who?
Just jump in. Forget all your fears. Decide that you're going to do this. Decide that you're going to work. Decide that you're going to be committed.